WHO official calls Trump comments on coronavirus response incoherent.
Here's a summary of the article.
Dr. Ezekiel Emanuel, a former health policy advisor in the Obama administration, said late Wednesday that he found remarks during a news conference on his administration's response to the coronavirus outbreak a little incoherent. Speaking on MSNBC's Hardball, Emanuel, now a special advisor to the Director General of the World Health Organization, said that Trump's comments indicated how little the president knew about public health. You know, a guy that admitted that he's surprised that 25,000 to 69,000 people each year die of the flu. That just tells you how little he actually knows about public health and about the health of the American public, he added. Dr. Ezekiel Emanuel on Trump's press conference regarding the coronavirus. Hardball February 27, 2020. The comments came just moments after Trump announced that Vice President Pence would lead the administration's coronavirus response, as he sought to bolster U.S. confidence in the White House's handling of the disease. The CDC's Anne Schuchat said at Wednesday's press conference that the trajectory for the coronavirus in the U.S. remains very uncertain, adding that now was the time for businesses and schools to look into pandemic preparedness plans. The Trump administration earlier this week requested $2.5 billion in emergency funding from Congress for its coronavirus response.
This post received a score of 79,321, with an upvote ratio of 82%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Someone's a little late to the party. When has he said anything coherent? Seriously, when?
I don't stand by anything. And I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, and his voters applauded their stupidity and his non-existent opinion about their morals.
He could open fire into a crowd at his own rally and they would support him.
I was shot by the leader, he favors ME.
Deep state so deep it was me all along and I didn't even know.
It baffles me how half the country can listen to anything this guy says and go, yep, that was a sentence.
If it wasn't for the fact he was known before being president, I'd swear he was one of Google or Amazon's AI experiments.
He's not an example of artificial intelligence, it's natural stupidity.
Remember that most, if not all, public experiments with chat AIs had to be taken down because they learned to be racist assholes.
Wait, really? That's a weird combination of hilarious and sad.
There was an AI named Tay a few years ago that not only became racist and transphobic, but would also make highly sexual comments. If Ultron ever came into existence, he'd either be a misanthrope like his comic version or a hyper-racist horndog.
Let's not forget that Tay only existed for a few hours before it became that.
And that it was specifically targeted by 4chan to be conditioned as such.
Trump supporters on my wall are saying the Chinese intentionally released the virus to hurt Trump's re-election and to stop the protests in HK.
Hey, on chats I see Chinese people saying it was US who engineered the virus and release it to hurt China's economy in the trade war.
Because people are people. They look for simple answers they can grasp, and build stories around it. In these stories, they're always the good guys, and there is an identifiable bad guy out-group. This kind of thing served us well for millions of years of evolution in small tribes. But now, it's clearly a defect hampering humanity's future.
That and, more specifically, they want this to be something in control, not out of control. If you believe this was intentional, you could also believe things like that a cure is already made and waiting around the corner, for example. You could believe that calculations were done on loss of life and things are mostly under control still. It's generally more comforting to believe there exists a being with ultimate power who cares about you and has a plan for you, than it is to believe that you're fundamentally alone in the universe, other than having temporary companionship from other humans, and life is almost entirely what you make of it.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.